Baltimore City, Mayor Brandon Scott will announce a decision Friday whether to continue restrictions on in-person dining. Friday marks 4 weeks since indoor and outdoor dining were banned in the city. In the next few days, the administration will review data to try to figure out the impact of the holidays on the city's COVID numbers. One of Mayor Scott's concerns is hospitalizations.
Here in Baltimore City, we have 11 hospitals. So when people get sick, as they did throughout COVID, if they get sick in Howard County and Baltimore County or wherever, you know where they end up? They end up here. So we have a higher level of responsibility.
Well, the mayor says he's cautiously optimistic with cases down nearly 20% over the past 4 weeks. Regardless of the mayor's decision Friday, some restaurant owners say the damage has been done. Keith Daniels joins us right now with why some owners have already lost thousands of dollars. Keith?
Well, Kai, it's a decision that will affect restaurants like this one here in North Baltimore. Now, the owner of Mama's on the Half Shell restaurant in Canton told me tonight that she missed out on hundreds of thousands of dollars in business during the Christmas and New Year season because of COVID restrictions. And tonight, like many other restaurant owners, she's waiting to hear from the mayor. In Baltimore City, coping with COVID and the coronavirus-related restrictions with restaurant owners.
I have people that are out of work.
Among those hardest hit, the Restaurant Association of Maryland reports the restaurant and food industry in Maryland has lost $1.4 billion since the COVID-19 pandemic started, with city restaurants losing millions. Jackie McCusker, who was forced to close 2 of her restaurants in Canton, including Nacho Mama's, anxiously awaits to hear from the mayor.
Open the city back. We've always followed what our leaders have told us that needs to be done. We have to trust them, and we do.
Other owners are critical of Mayor Brandon Scott's indoor and outdoor dining ban and skeptical of his upcoming decision Friday on whether to roll back current coronavirus-related regulations.
I think it's too little too late.
David Lichty, owner of Mount Washington Tavern, says he was forced to temporarily shut down and won't reopen until restrictions are lifted in the city. For now, Lichty is not so sure that the mayor's decision will be what he wants to hear.
Right now, it's the right decision, probably, to not be open. We don't like it, but it's probably the right decision. But he's trying to make it seem all positive, like he would like to open, but he just can't do it. Before, he was just shut it down. So, politics.
Other restaurants have remained open for delivery and takeout service, operating with some level of restriction since March. Scott says his decision Friday will be based solely on science.
I can't be more clear about this, right? This is about saving lives. You can't eat, you can't drink without having a mask off your face.
I think the mayor has already made his decision.
Well, owners who were forced to shut down say they simply could not survive with just carry out and delivery. They say they need to be allowed to operate at least 50% capacity with indoor dining.
Like the gun violence in the city, the daytime shooting in Essex gives Baltimore County a violent start to the new year. Keith Daniels joins us with how it's left one woman shaken and the county executive now speaking out. Keith?
Well, Kai, Baltimore County police say they're looking for at least one suspect, maybe more, in connection to that shooting. And tonight, some peace after a day of violence. In Baltimore County, a violent beginning to the first week of the new year. A midday double shooting at the Kings Mill Apartments and Townhomes in Essex, with 2 males gunned down.
I was just caught off guard because I was in my bed watching TV and it sounded so close, so of course I was shaken up by it because it sounded like right outside my window.
It happened at about 1:30 today. Investigators say the victims, their ages unknown, were walking out of an apartment building when someone approached them and opened fire. Several yellow evidence markers show where bullet casings hit the ground. Police say they believe this was not a random act of violence.
Based on the fact that these 2 victims walked out of the apartment, it looks like this is more likely to have been a targeted crime.
Whatever the circumstance,
you just don't feel safe because you just never know what's going to happen.
This woman, who does not want to be identified, says she's terrified by the shootings. In fact, she says she just recently moved to the county to escape the violence.
That was the reason why I moved out of the city. But I mean, it makes you just not want to be around here if this is what's going to keep happening.
Shootings at the start of the new year. Meanwhile, according to the county executive's office, there were 34 homicides in the county last year, down from 49 in 2019. Tonight, County Executive Johnny Olszewski with this statement: keeping our community safe is our most important responsibility, and we will continue to ensure Baltimore County remains a safe place to live, work, and raise a family. Well, the victims were taken to the hospital. Their conditions unknown at this hour. Meantime, if you have any information about this shooting, you can call Metro Crime Stoppers. Remember, you can remain anonymous and could be eligible for a cash reward.
Through Sunday, 3 people were murdered, another 8 people were hurt in shootings. But it is not just violence that has residents on edge. Some new video tonight shows the destruction of a woman's mailbox, which was filled with free books for anyone to borrow. A camera was rolling as the thief destroyed the mailbox and left with the books. Video of that attack drawing a lot of attention online.
Fox 45's Jeff Abel is live to show us how it all went down. Jeff, this is really sad.
You know, it's usually vehicles or high-dollar electronics that are the target of thieves, but tonight, no one can explain the angry attack that yielded one thief a few used books. Between the takeouts and storefronts on 25th Street, there's a free public library, a little larger than a mailbox, that's chock full of books for anyone who wants to read them.
Libraries are closed and things are shutting down, and I wanted to be able to provide people options for reading, new reading material.
Jackie Cummings built the library herself almost a year ago and recently watched a thief attempt to take it down.
Let's trash the library. Let's trash the little free library.
Cummings watched in disgust when a thief recently attacked her little library, turning it upside down and leaving it slammed on the sidewalk. A surveillance camera across the street captured the action.
I honestly cried. Because I worked on the library. I cut the panel out and opened it up and painted it. I just think it was a person that was angry about something that had nothing to do with me.
Cummings did not file a police report, but she wanted others to see the thief who went on the attack. So she put her own voice to the surveillance video and posted it online.
This thing heavy. Oh, what's that? Oh, shucks. Here come little Tony. I'm out of here.
These are law books, Spanish books, fitness books.
Almost overnight, donated books began pouring in. Her office now stacked with volumes of new books. And the vandal is still out there somewhere.
The thing I learned is to just not automatically get upset. It's done. Let's move on.
Well, that library is now back in place and back open with a lot of new books to share.